Alright, so again, this is going to be a very short lecture, and I just want to talk about this object again. Entries are fantastic, we've talked about them, and actually don't delete that. Now, the next object I want to talk about that we can use with the Tkinter module is called a check button. So whenever you have this login or sign up form, you always note that they ask for your name, they ask for your password, and then normally in most websites they're going to ask you, hey, do you want to be always logged in or keep yourself logged in? Actually maybe remember your password. So something along those lines where they make sure that you always want to be logged in for a good amount of time until you delete your cookies, delete your passwords and stuff. However, we're going to be adding that check button onto our simple GUI. So right now we have name is equal to Avinash, that looks fine, but I want to go ahead and add that, remember my name, okay? So the way this is going to work is I'm going to create a check button, okay? So I'm going to call my check button, I guess, C button, and then this is going to be equal to the check button formula. And by using this, you can create, function. And by using this, you can create your very simple check buttons. So it's part of the root class or the root, app. And we have our text to be equal to, what do you want to call it? Let's say, remember name. Okay? So that's our C button. And last but not least, we just have to add this onto our interface. So C button.grid. Okay? And where do we want this to be? Well, let's take a look. We have this. Go back to our Excel. Widget 1 and widget 2, and that looks great. However, we want our C button to span both these columns, right? We want it to cover the entire window width, all right? So the way we can do this is by saying column span is equal to 2, all right? So that may be confusing, but go ahead and stick with me right now. So column span equal to 2. CButton.grid, column span equal to 2. Alright, and what this will do is, whatever the width we've specified for column 1 and column 2, it's going to span both those columns, alright? So instead of spanning just one column, we've set it so that CButton.grid will now span both the columns, alright? So save this, F5, and now if we take a look, we should hopefully see our C button being displayed. Hey, take a look at that. Isn't that cool? So we have our name, we have Avinash, and then we need to remember name, and we have a pretty nice checkbox. Awesome. So going back to our code, again, let's quickly cover what just happened. We used a check button function to create our C button, and then we added C button to our grid using the command column span equal to 2. Alright? So you're probably wondering, well, why didn't we specify the row or column? Well, with the grid function at least, suppose we have widgets in row 1 and row 2, and then we call the C button function. It'll automatically put our checkbox into row 3. So whatever the next free row is, it's going to put it there. Alright? So awesome job, and in the next lecture, let's go ahead and finish up this quick sign up form by adding a password field to it. Alright? See you then.